Hi all, I welcome you to the Building Culture podcast where I invite incredibly smart people who build things. Whether they be engineers, entrepreneurs, programmers, hobbyists or researchers, it does not matter. As long as you're someone who's passionate about building things, I'll find you and podcast you. Hi, all. I want to take a brief moment to thank you all personally for supporting this podcast on YouTube and on all major podcast platforms, including Google Podcasts and Spotify. The podcast mainly features interesting people in robotics, artificial intelligence, and entrepreneurship. If you believe that the information that I'm providing might be of benefit to you or to someone you know, it would be really great if you could hit the subscribe button and press the notification icon so that you can get notified on time whenever the next part is out. It would literally take you a second or two to subscribe to the podcast, but it would really mean a lot to me because I can grow the podcast to a level where I can reach more people, invite ever more interesting guests, and have a more meaningful impact. So let's begin now. So also I want to ask about, you've already shared a lot about the technology here. So what were the major technical challenges, especially in the initial phases of when you were transitioning to using, when you were deciding to focus completely on computer vision, right? What were the initial most challenging aspects of the technology involved and implementation of it?
Mm. Now, what I recall, because it's already a few years ago, it's making a lot of choices. And choices, it's easy to say what you want. So, we want to go there, we want to create a product, and want to be in logistics. But it's very hard to say no to other things. Which choosing means I choose to go for this, which is say I'm not going to do that, which is very appealing because we had very nice clients and they were happy about us and they wanted to continue. We were doing some very nice proof of pilot. So it was very hard to say no to all those clients because we've proven we did a good proof of concept. They were happy and let's continue. And then we said no. We wanted to do something else. And the other thing was hard because we were earning money from proof of concepts. And when you create a product, it takes another year or 2 years before the product is really ready, and then you can sell it, and then it has to be put in production, and then you get the license. So it's a really tough road. So although it's the route we went for because it is replicatable, and so you get a lot of revenue at the end. But the way towards that route, it's to create a product, to become a product company instead of doing pilots and all kinds of very interesting projects, because it was nice as well, because we can do this pilot, and every week we had we could do something different. And let's say every month you do 1 or 2 projects. But so it was quite tough to say no to all of those opportunities and to say no to the money and to go the hard way to build up a product and to focus and to say no to a lot of stuff. So that was, for me, that was one of the toughest to do because it means sacrifice a lot. And then other things, yes, labeling environment was important. So we developed our own labeling environment. That was also one of the decisions we made, which was also challenging because we had to hire people to develop that. So we had to pay them, and so it was also a lot of investment that we would not earn back in the first year or first 3 years. So it was a tough ride, and but yeah, we were so strong on this. We did not want to be a consultancy firm doing all kinds of projects. We want to be a product company, and the product would be licensed out, and we want to have the same product using for a lot of clients. So that's why we decided to be in logistics and these applications.
Yeah, that must have been really challenging as well. And another challenging aspect would probably also be about building the team, right, for a startup. So what were the challenges involved in building the team and also the work culture?
Hmm. Okay. Actually, yeah, looking backward, it went quite smooth. We only had, I think, two colleagues that didn't fit at some point, so we had to say we did not continue their contract. For the rest, everybody stayed, and and now we have, I believe, 12 different nationalities. So we have, I think, four people from India, we have from Pakistan, we have from Ukraine, from Estonia, three from Greece, Italy, Portugal, US, etc. So it's really nice. So we have a very good culture, very open, and I think that's also probably a bit Dutch. We can be direct, and so everybody can say anything to me, even in public, and comment on me or disagree with me, which I like because if somebody makes fun of me or disagrees with me, I know we have the right culture. I want them to speak out. I want them to tell Herbert, I see it differently. I disagree with you, or you're wrong, or you made a mistake. I want them to tell me. We're a small team. We need to be open to help each other, and they need to help me. And I want them to speak out. So even an intern, I would love him or she to make a joke on me in public, and then I know I'm very pleased because that's we achieve something. It's the open culture. Everybody feels equal. We're all bringing something to the company. And so that's one element. And then secondly, we've been doing open source from the start. So we made quite some of our products, our tools. We made them open source. If you go to GitHub, Fizyr, you see quite a big community following us, and we've got a lot of people using our tools. And that also made us, I think, attractive to certain programmers because the way we are in society, adding value and sharing knowledge. That's what I do right now. It doesn't bring me money. I said, okay, sure, I will do the podcast. Maybe somebody has some advantage on it. So we like to share. We like to speak in public. We share our tools, and I'm also still a voluntary mentor at other startups, and so I really appreciate people doing that. And so we have also consent to hire people from skilled labor from outside of the EU.
That's pretty amazing. So also one of the things about you mentioned about the amazing work culture that you're building at Pfizer, and one of the things about building the work culture is of course hiring the right people, right? So what are the things that you look for when you're hiring a new employee? Because this is also a very innovative sort of problems that you're looking at, and they're probably not existing solutions for a lot of the problems. So do you look at more of the skill set or some sort of an attitude, or what exactly do you look for?
Yeah, the latter. Of course, it depends on what you do. If you're a software developer, by the way, we develop in Rust. So we used to do C++, but we went 2 years ago to Rust. Um, so um, so it's either computer vision or software development or now customer success team with the project managers and project engineers, or it's sales and marketing. So of course you have a different mindset. But in general, we tend to hire young people just from university, and based on mentality, not on their skill set. It's all their mindset, because we are still a small company. Let's say 30 people. We need to build. So there is a lot of things we need to still organize and get into work. So it's building something. So you need people that want to build. And there are people that are just complacent to say, okay, let me do this job and I'm fine, and 5 o'clock it's done. So we need people that have a drive to build something, to create something new, or to do. We have all our clients are global, to be global. Sometimes they can travel, so that's also nice. They want to travel. So it's all about the mindset, and so then of course it depends on the department where they fit in, and we're really pleased we have a very diverse team, and I will keep working on that. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And as I mentioned, you also have it in your LinkedIn bio that you get energy out of understanding what drives people. So can you also elaborate on that?
Yeah. So I I have to be modest. I worked abroad, but I never really lived abroad for a long time. So in our company, more than half, I think two-thirds are from outside of the Netherlands. So I admire them a lot for sometimes going to study in the Netherlands or the Erasmus program, or that they became an expat and came to work here in the new environment. So, and then you see all kinds of hobbies. So, we talk a lot about food. So, some people are really into cooking, sports. So, we have a hangboard in our office, so they can train hanging. So, with the fingers, yeah, hangboard. So we often also do that. We go to hike together. We did several holidays as a team. We went sailing for a couple of days. We went to Romania, hiking also in the mountains. We went to Crete. Yeah, it's having fun together. And like I said, I like to have this different mindset of different ages, different background, and so having fun together, being proud of what we've done. So yeah, it feels for me, my worst nightmare is somebody offering 50 million, buying the company, and then what do I do? This is my life, so I don't want to sell it.
Yeah, so you really enjoy
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
environment that you're building. Okay. And also, so can you like touching on the same point? So what does a typical work day look like for you?
Well, yeah, since Corona, I spend most of my days at home. Only one day a week I go to either client or the office. So yeah, standing up. So I'm always standing in front of my laptop. I like to be active in working as well. Um, Having three stand-ups in the morning. Every morning we have three different teams we have stand-up with. So I joined that to put in energy and to listen what's happening, etc. Um, of course, answering mail. So it's I would say a lot is to do with connecting with our current clients and new clients, as well as with the team. And as CEO, you end up doing all the stuff nobody else wants to do, like legal, administration, and all the formalities you have to do. So that's part of my job as well. Yeah, I get energy talking to clients and prospects, which is yeah, it's really nice that you can see. And we had our first exhibition 1.5 months ago in Vienna, Parcel and Post Expo, and that's really great because then you can see the people. Because Teams and all these kind of Zoom meetings, they're okay, but it doesn't match when you meet people live. That's what I realized. So I underestimated that. I thought we were doing quite well with having video calls, but when we met the people, we heard a lot more, and we were able to get things really going. So I look forward also to meeting people on the exhibition. So I hope we'll get better in this situation.
Yeah. With the Corona situation, it's always challenging, right? And yeah, it's always better to meet people face to face rather than, I mean, Zoom and all are good, but of course, as you mentioned, face to face, you can communicate better as well.
Yeah, we even before Corona, we allowed people to work from homes, even from their home country. So when they were going on to India or Italy or Spain or Portugal or Greece in the summer, they would stay for let's say 2 months and work from home, from their parents' home, and they logged in and we had normal meetings every day. So we've always been doing that. So we were giving freedom to the people to organize their work the way they want, and we do it right now as well. So there are some people are always at the office every day, but others I haven't seen them in a while. But as long as they're on the call every day, and it's fine. It's so we trust them and they trust us.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really interesting work environment that you're building there. So I also want to have your view on how does one choose the right career path for themselves. Do you have any advice or suggestions on choosing a right career path? And this has to be a generic advice, right? So, for example, you have been in several leadership positions. You have also recruited a lot of people, and you have worked in several different kinds of teams. So, what is your advice on choosing a good career?
Um, yeah, just make mistakes. Dare to make mistakes. Don't go for secure. Just go for what you believe in. You should be doing for the next let's say 2 years, and then there is a new plan. So if you're young, just try. Uh, I was trained at the as to work at a laboratory, but I didn't want to do this because I thought you could do right or wrong in laboratory, but if it's right, it's already good, so you cannot do better. So that's why I went into commerce directly after my study, working for a big pharmaceutical company. So selling laboratory equipment. But so I applied for there was no job opening. I just applied. I wanted to work for that company, and so they got me in. So they couldn't hire anybody, but they still hired me. So I'm still always open also for people that they want to work for our company, but are maybe not directly qualified, but they have this mentality, their drive. And so the advice is for people, find out yourself. Don't take my advice, that's the best. But find out what is important for you and what drives you and what interests you. And if up till your 30s, you can make mistakes. You should make mistakes because that's what you learn from. And if it's a bit bumpy, you'll learn a lot. But just find out and challenge yourself. And if it get bored, do something else or change it, whatever. But you have to change. Your environment will not change. So you have to change your environment or your conditions and take ownership. That's the key thing. Take ownership of your life because I'm 56. It goes very fast. Before you know it, you're there. So make sure you do what you want to do.
Okay. And how does one identify what you want to do? So you mentioned about exploration. So is this the way, or do you have any suggestions on that as well?
I would say people have some interest, or sometimes you learn what you don't want. Do you want to work in a small organization? Do you want to work in a big organization? Do you want to do singular work on your own, or do you want to work in a team? Do you want to do stuff that can be really organized and planned, so you're really in control? Or are you okay with working at a startup that every day is a new challenge? So find out what you like, and so find out if there is a alignment with your purpose. How do you see the world? How do you see your role? And how do you want to develop? And don't plan, if you're young, don't plan for 10 years, whatever. Just plan for the next 1-2 years. That's fine. And then there will be a new situation. Everything is changing so fast. That you just make sure you're happy every day what you do, every week, and you're proud, satisfied what you do, and just come into that you're proud of yourself, and then you will see you will enter new opportunities, and it will evolve. But take ownership. If you're unhappy, either you deal with it or you change your environment. And now there are so many jobs out there, so there's a shortage of human labor. I think everybody at some point can be doing what he wants to do, and just reach out, knock on doors, go to people like me and say, "Hey Herbert, I want to work for you," and just do it.
Yeah, that's a profound advice, and also I'm curious how was the journey for you? How did you actually discover, that this is the kind of thing that I want to do? I want to build businesses of such, and I want to work in these kinds of environments. How long did it take for you to discover, and what did it take for you to discover basically? what you wanted to do?
To be honest, it's really a gray area. It's a part of it. It's naive because you step into an entrepreneurship and you don't know what's going to happen. So it's really naive. And so there were, I think, at least 3 moments that the company Fizyr could not have existed anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Because of finance or legal or organization or due to university and other stuff. So, but that's all behind us for a few years. So we continued. There is no guarantee, and in entrepreneurship, it's understanding. So you have to understand what you're stepping into, and you have to make sure at some point you decide to will continue, yes or no. Which people do I need? It's always much better to do together with other people. That you have some people around you that can correct you or can add value or solve things that you can't solve yourself. Yeah, and validate. So on entrepreneurship, it's all about making sure that you're solving a problem and that's a business case. And you should know as soon as possible. Don't go develop for a half year and say, oh, then next year we'll sell it. No, try to sell it now. Try to sell something now. So what I learned is that I like being an entrepreneur, and I need other people to help me. I cannot do it alone, not at all. So it's all about the team, and so it's letting go, enabling others to make mistakes, and at some point when the company gets bigger, it's all about driving it to the energy, the focus, the strategy, the support, and when something goes wrong, okay, correct it and try to mitigate it next time, and just accept reality and just accept it, and then there will always, yeah, in our market it's so huge. It's enormous. So we are just started. If you look at the number of robots, the market that will be out there in a couple of years, it's huge. So we just have to continue doing what we're doing, grow fast, and having good people in the team, and then we're okay.
Yeah. You also mentioned that you really enjoy and love entrepreneurship. So what is it specifically about this process that you really enjoy? Because it's also very challenging. You mentioned about uncertainties involved, and the unexpected things that you encounter inevitably along the way. So what is it that you love the most about this journey or this process?
It's opportunities. It's challenging, so it's you can see there's certain opportunities. I can solve it. So that's nice, and it's about the team that you're doing something together, and so yeah, we're a very loyal team. I want to be loyal to them, or I am loyal, and it's doing it together. So it's together we have success, and so I remember people starting in our company 1 year ago or 2 years ago, and now they're doing very bright things. And yeah, it's so nice to see that people are how they work together and they solve something, and we all benefit from it. So I think that's what I like the most. And of course, I like that we apply deep learning and that we are applying it for robots, and that we're in logistics, and it's an international. And that's really nice. So I get to travel, I get to meet people, and we solve nice things. And yeah, there's a big future there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So one final question is, what impact do you want to have by means of your work?
I like to keep it close. First, I have to be happy with myself, and have to radiate it to my environment, so people see that I'm happy, I'm satisfied. So I want them to feel that, so I can sort of also give my energy and positive and motivation, etc. Secondly, I want to help my team so that they feel okay, they feel trusted, that they feel safe, they feel valued, and they feel motivated and challenged. So support them in all those efforts. So we are doing that as company. Yeah, and then of course our partners, our integrators, help them as well. And so, but I think you first have to make sure you take care of yourself, and then you can take care of all the others around you, and then it gets better. And at some point, I'm more supporting my team, and they're supporting our clients, etc. So it's not about me. It's about them. So I have to help them to get to do their job.
Okay, yeah. So it's about serving the other people that are involved with you.
At the end, that's it. Because they are, I can only do a certain amount of work, and I have to do all this administration, legal work, etc. So my time is limited. So it's all about their time in the team. So it's at the end, it's all about energy, passion, belief, trust. It might look soft words, but it's all about that. And not only within me and in my team, but also at our integrators, the ones that use our software. They also have to have this energy from us to believe in us, that we will not only we have the best product right now, but we have the whole organization and processes to support them in the future. They should feel trusted. Like, it's a no-brainer. We work with Fizyr, and the product is very good, value for money, and they have processes to support us. So it's all about the future. They should feel supported, that they made the right choice to use us, and we will be there the next 5, 10 years, whatever, to make it make it successful.
Okay, that's really interesting viewpoint. So thanks a lot, Herbert, for this really amazing conversation. I think it was really interesting to get to know about your journey at Fizyr and the products and the technology that is being used, the industries that you're targeting, and also about your personal viewpoints, motivations, and inspirations about how you manage the team, how you're building this work culture, and encouraging everyone to achieve this common vision. So thank you very much for this really wonderful conversation.
It's my pleasure. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.
Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this particular conversation and it helped you in some way, shape or form. If it did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification icon or the bell icon so that you can get notified on time whenever the next part is out. Also, it would be really great if you could give me your feedback in the comments below. That would really help me improve. I'm uploading small clips of the long podcasts on a regular basis on platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram, so make sure to follow me on these platforms if you're someone who cannot take out time for the long episodes. The podcasts are also available on all major podcast platforms including Spotify and Google Podcasts.